Hello everyone and welcome back to Yosemite Valley. A surprise, surprise! We are back in my actually kind of finished project, but of course, the African Pack DLC has been announced. I was actually on the verge of wrapping this project up. I had a special thing planned. I was working on that one. I left a message that I was actually putting a lot of time and effort into finishing this project. We'll talk about this in today's episode. If you're curious what I did, I will show you at the end of this episode. But first of all, we need to talk about the Africa Pack DLC, which is about to be released in 2 days from today, so on Tuesday, 22nd. Now, obviously, for those of you who know this series, know that I have done something in the past which was called implied habitats of animals that we don't have in the game, but we were always hoping to have one day in the game. Now, good things first, I know now that we have 2 more animals that we implied a habitat for. Actually 3, but there is a change in one of the habitats. And what we are going to do now, we are going to go through the 3 habitats that we have built in the past for animals that did not exist back then, and 3 of those habitats are now finally there, and these are the African penguin, the wonderful Fennec fox, and of course the star of the show, the wonderful lovely small Meerkat. So let's go to the first one. And the first one is basically, oh my god, it's actually a little bit laggy over here. I should pause the game real quick. The first one is over here. This is now the emperor penguin. No, it's not the emperor penguin, it's a king penguin. We don't have an emperor penguin. This is the king penguin habitat. However, if you want to click to the top right, you will see there is a habitat built to the Humboldt penguin, or actually African penguin. It's not the same, but at the end, also the sign we made was made for the African penguin. And you can tell this one is actually wrong over here, but this was meant to be the African penguin. So this is the first implied habitat we built, and if you guys want to see this, again, it is to the top right. There is this little info bubble. You can watch the build back then. It was quite different from this version over here, because that one has been repurposed for the king penguin, so it became a little bigger and stuff. And we will do something else with the African penguin. So the African penguin, just for you already as a little note, will be the one and only big build in here. This will be a new habitat. We will use another one that we will repurpose. And this is, I think this is really great that this exists, because yeah, we can then finally finish Yosemite off the way it deserves to be finished off. Now let's move over into our African area, which is this area over here. And the African area is interesting because there are, well, a couple of habitats, but 2 of those habitats are not used. They are basically empty. That is this wonderful little habitat over here, which is also on my workshop, and this is the Fennec fox habitat. You can see this one, and if I am not wrong, and I try to find out in the AZA, like the Zoo Association guidelines, how much space they need, because Planet Zoo sometimes borrows the information from there as well. This habitat should actually be enough for the Fennec fox version that we are getting now in the game. So potentially we don't even need to change that much. We do have some heat lamps already in here. You can see I covered, like, just to show you, this is a heat lamp, and there is like, if we go down, so if I can show you, there you go. This is the heater is hidden in here, and then I just put like a fake lamp on top of it, because this is what you see in zoos sometimes with meerkats and fennec foxes like that. You put these heat lamps down, and then they are just most likely moving below them and stuff like that. So that looks really cool. So this is the fennec fox habitat over here. Again, we might use some of the new pieces. Maybe we can also use a bit of the new foliage, some of which we can put next to the heaters. We might need to adjust some of the height over here. We can put the right signs in. We could put like some pieces, but this will be a refurbishment. This will be not a new habitat. God, I still love the view here with the half dome in the back, and oh my god, this is going to be like such a super great habitat. We might also change some of the viewings here, getting the people maybe some shelter in and stuff like that. I think this would be pretty amazing if we do this. So yeah, that's what we do here. Fennec fox, and then if we go over here, this is at the moment the red pandas living in here, but that was to be the Meerkat habitat, and I am super curious how they will move in this habitat, because that is cluttered AF. Like, I did not pay attention, simply that was an implied habitat. Again, the reminder, if you guys want to see how I built this, the link is to the top right. Just click that info button, click this habitat. It was one of the most viewed ones of Yosemite. It's actually many people watched this one and were looking forward to this. And then you can see I built something like that, which obviously will not work, but I will see what we can do with the actual Meerkat in the game. If we can make something with this viewing gallery over here. Maybe we need to do something like a little cave in here. Maybe we give them something else. I have no idea how the hitbox is yet, so we will have to see how it works. But I think the basic idea to give them like a little bit of a burrowing area here is pretty neat, and I'm really looking forward to see how that turns out. And then if we go over here, this is still one of the most ugly areas in Yosemite. Not gonna lie, I basically built this wall over here to you know, just hide this away. What I will do though is I will actually enlarge this building towards this side over here, and they will become this will become an inside viewing of the Meerkat, because that is climate-wise, Yosemite will work in the summertime, but it won't work in wintertime, simply because it's gonna be too cold outside, so they will need an interior area. I'm really excited to build this, because that's gonna be like a small interior area where I will focus mostly on sand, so that they can burrow a lot in there, just have some fun, put some, you know, put some branches in, some of the pipe stuffs we can build for them, and, you know, like little pipeys, whatever, so just cosmetic things, that, you know, something like I did. Wait, let me just see. Unfortunately, this is not, this would be like nice if that's gonna be open, but is there any kind of thing? Yeah, I think, you know, something like that could work. Otherwise, we are just going to build like a pipe. I was also thinking about, you know, using these things. They can't go in, obviously, but it's very important that there is something that looks like. I was trying to do something like this over here. See, this is what I meant. And then, yeah, we will see what else we will get as enrichment items, or as other items from the pack that we can use. We've seen already a lot of cool things in the preview pictures, so I'm really tempted to go on with this one in here. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really great. And now we have the last thing that is going to happen, and this is basically a revamp of this area here. Now, this is at the moment our Mandrill habitat. We do have, where are they, by the way? Oh, they're all boxed. This is where the Mandrills live. I am tempted to get rid of the Mandrills and refurbish this habitat for the African penguin. Now, I don't know what you guys think about it. Please, this is an open question to you. What do you think about this idea? I think it would fit super nicely in here, because then we have the Africa pack more or less complete over here. We don't have a spot for the rhino. I don't know if I put the rhino into our African area. At the moment we do have the Indian rhino in here, so I'm really just tempted to exchange it, honestly, just like one by one, because the Indian rhino is not really fitting in this African area. We do have the African buffalo, we have the ostrich, we have the giraffe, so we have the zebras, and now we can just exchange this one. I think it's the easiest way. But this is the real question, guys. What do you think about the Mandrill habitat? Like, I forgot that this actually looks pretty cool. I thought it looks a bit meh, but it actually looks pretty cool, to be honest. And I think this would be a very nice area to build a lovely habitat for the African penguin, with an internal area included over here. So what we will have then is the interior habitat of the Meerkat here, and the interior habitat of the penguin here, and there will also get like an outside area. What do you think about this, guys? Please let me know in the comments down below. It's gonna be like an open discussion. I really need your input on that, because again, I think it would be a very nice idea to have the African penguin over here. It's quite a large area in which we can build this. It's also a pretty tiny penguin, and yeah, so I guess the idea would be nice, and potentially we can also make like an underwater viewing then to the inside area. I was thinking of making that a little bit higher, actually. so they can move up and then go into the underground swimming area here and give them like a swimming area that looks more like this to the outside. Reason being is that I want to maintain this border over here as it is. I just want to make sure that the water can fit in higher. I think it should be pretty easily doable by just having like a glass panel here and then a glass panel to the other side. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal, and then just raising all the area so the people get also a pretty nice look of these animals on the same height, you know, will be eye level. I think that could become very cool. But then to see them actually diving, making this area here like an underwater viewing, and then kind of have a waterfall that combines both, could look pretty dope, right? What do you think about that? I think I like the idea quite a lot. And maybe we are going to stream this week, maybe on Wednesday. We will have to look into that. But I could imagine streaming Yosemite Valley again. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, you just have to tell me, guys, what do you think about this? And now, as promised, we are going to look into the secret I was working on, but I will now, you know, step back from it, because I will actually release this one without mods. Like, what I did, and this is kind of revealing a secret, but I think this is something you guys haven't seen at all, because that is basically a completely new part of the aquatic house. And once we are going to go in here, you can see there's the little stingray pool, and this was an entrance area for, oh wait, there's something open, for dolphins. They were able to go in here and dive in here. You can see I put some of the billboards in, so it looked kind of neat. We also have a billboard here, and then I had some sharks and dolphins in here. It looked quite okay. It was okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was okay, but it wasn't like super neat. It still is a little bit wonky, whatever with the mod. I was also trying to put a sea turtle in here, a green sea turtle, but it's quite a lot of work to make this an actual habitat, simply because I was building completely free, and it's just a tank, and it's not like a barrier, and you know, it's quite hard to make this like a proper habitat. And if you go further in here, we do still have this one over here, and I was about to change this into another habitat for some other animals. So I wanted to utilize this area, but I'm quite confident now to step away from it, simply because we do already have most of the aquatic animals in here, and so it doesn't make too much sense until we would get a full marine pack, and then we can still go back and make another comeback of Yosemite and then make this entire thing usable. But at the moment, I'm quite okay with having this like a cosmetic one. We do get vista points now, so I can put some vista points just in here, so people still stay in here and watch things for the little bit of realism, and maybe the rest I will do with like billboards or so that this one is becoming a fully non-modded release. And then last but not least, I will need your opinion on our lynx habitat, because the lynx habitat then obviously is becoming obsolete as well, because no mod in here means no lynx. However, my idea was to just retrofit this simply with the Himalayan brown bear, because we don't have a Himalayan brown bear in this yet. Obviously, it would kind of break the big cat house a little, but I think we can get away with this excuse and put it in. So loads of things, guys, and I need your opinion on a lot of things. Let's move over here and sum things up. So if you guys haven't seen my implied habitats of the African penguin, the Fennec fox, and the meerkat, links are to the top right in the little bubbles. You can click it, just watch them. Second, do you guys agree with the idea of exchanging the mandrill habitat, which I'm going to quickly fly over to, which is that one? Exchange the mandrill habitat with the African penguin to just have a fully finished African area. Please let me know about this. Would really enjoy your opinion on that. And last but not least, do you have another idea for the lynx habitat over here that can be retrofit with another animal? Do you have another animal maybe what we can put in there? Just let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for the new pack. I hope you guys are going to have a great Sunday, and now enjoy the time, and we will talk soon again. Enjoy your time, stay safe everyone, and goodbye.